Hey friends, so this will be the first video in a new series to get early data and information to you more quickly. So something to bridge the gap between when I receive the paddle and then when you'll finally see that full review. So the podcast does this to some extent, but I also want to give you some sort of behind the scenes information, both here in the lab and out there in the courts. So the goal with these is to be minimalist and tech forward with quick metrics and early insights. So I'm gonna have 4 new video types. The first one will be called First Hits, which will be this video that I'm shooting now. The second will be radar gun data from the courts. The third will be in the laboratory doing KewCOR data. And lastly, I'll combine everything into a sort of first look quick review for those paddles. And then some of these paddles, of course, will get a full review like you're used to seeing. All right, so let's jump into it with the first in this series. So the 3 paddles, the full lineup from Luzz Pickleball. All right, we'll try all 3 of the Luzzes. So I got the Cannon, the Inferno, and the Tornazo. Start with the Cannon first. This is their $94 one. This is the Gen 3 honeycomb polypropylene floating core. Very familiar Gen 3 feel. Have a hollow, poppy feel. Boy, very poppy. I mean, it's got a great feel. I compare it right away to the Yola Pro 4s. Gonna drive. Definitely a lot of power. Yeah, very similar to the Perseus 4. This is an elongated, that's the only shape it comes in. That's me. All right, this is the Yola Pro 4. And Eric is playing with the Luzz. I'm playing with the 14 Perseus now, and that's the Cannon. The Luzz Cannon is 16, but very similar feel, same family. I'd actually put the firepower of that Luzz above this Perseus 4, although this is the 14, and the 16 Perseus has more firepower. Definitely a bigger sweet spot on that Luzz because it's 16. I'm getting a lot of twisting in that Perseus 14 that I wasn't feeling in that Luzz. Yeah, stock, I'm liking the Luzz better than the Yola Pro 4. I think they're very similar. The only difference I think I'm feeling mostly is the 16 versus the 14 mil thickness, but man, that's a solid $94 for that all day. All right, I'll switch to you do the Tornazo, I'll do the Inferno. Now these aren't as cheap. So the Inferno that I'm playing with is full foam floating core. So it's got like MPP in the center with the floating inside of an EVA band. Very reminiscent of I'd put it as a hybrid feel between the Selkirk Boomstick and the Bread and Butter Loco. It's got the Boomstick boom. I'm liking this. Jeez, I'm really connecting to this paddle. Nice. Dang. What, do you like that too?
I like this one.
Here, let's
I like
swap out.
The sound of it.
This one's definitely quieter than the Inferno, so I'm playing with the Tornazo now. Yeah, So I put this Tornazo just for an initial feel. Slightly denser than the Inferno. A denser plusher feel. Not plusher, denser, but maybe even stiffer. I'm connecting more to the Inferno than the Tornazo. I like them both, but just personal preferences. I like the sort of instant connection I got with the Inferno. This one feels a little more muted in terms of vibration frequencies. So the Luzz Trio, I'm just giving really initial impressions on all three today. So let's start with the Cannon. This is the after code $94 option. Incredible value. This plays really similar to the Yola Pro 4s or other types of floating core honeycomb polypropylene Gen 3 paddles. It's got that hollow, really poppy, responsive feel. And good span as expected with a brand new peel ply paddle. The sweet spot's great. Good power on this. I put it right there with the Yola Pro 4. I compared it directly to the Perseus, but I only had the 14 millimeter Perseus. So, you know, I think they're a really similar feel. I preferred the Luzz in this case because it is 16, and with the 14, you're getting a little more twisting, bigger sweet spot on the Luzz. But if I went up to the 16 and the Pro 4, it would have a very similar sweet spot to this. On the power pop spectrum, I put it pretty well balanced. It is pretty poppy, but with full swings, man, you get a lot of juice with this also. And you can't go wrong for 94 bucks. I think this is probably one of the best performing paddles on the market. Let's go Inferno next. This is one of their full foam options. It has microcellular foam in the center, MPP, with the EVA band around the perimeter. It plays, as I mentioned during the play session, it plays like a hybrid to me between the Selkirk Boomstick and the Bread and Butter Loco. And it has a boomy sound, maybe even as loud or slightly louder than the Boomstick, which is crazy to think about because the Boomstick is extremely loud. It does all the things that those two paddles do. It's priced higher. I think it's 180-ish after code. And good sweet spot, really good power on this. I put the firepower right at the Loco range, so that's just below the Selkirk Boomstick, but above like the Honolulu's, you know? So you can tap it, easily accessible power, good sweet spot, good control on this for its firepower level. It's a bit of a hollower feel in terms of like a full foam paddle, not as hollow as the Cannon or the Yola Pro 4s, so Gen 3 style paddles, but for a full foam, it's on the hollower side in terms of feel. Great paddle. I actually preferred this most out of the three of them we played today, and the third one is the Tornazo. And this is a really similar build. It's full foam, but the foams are different. So it has EPP in the center, and it has different types of foam. I think an EVA plus they call it PBAS here. That's like a trademarked name, similar to a trademark name for like a high-end running shoe foam. So it's kind of denser and plusher than some of the other foams. That's around the edge. So it does provide a different feel. To me, it felt denser overall than the Inferno. I can't figure out the plushness, stiffness profile of this. In some hits it feels plush, others it feels stiffer than this, but I did connect more to the Inferno just because it has a more familiar feel, power, pop profile to what I'm used to playing with currently. But yeah, Erica said she was playing with the Tornazo and preferred that over the Inferno. So good options for different people, different preferences, and yeah, Luzz is killing it. Okay, that's it for the first hits, and if you want more data, then I also have 2 more videos coming out on these Luzz. So one, I'll put them both on the screen here when they're finished, but one's gonna be the radar gun. So I'm gonna test spin and speed for both serves and punch volleys. And then we'll have the KewCOR cannon test all 3 of these paddles. We'll put it up in a separate video. And who knows, I may end up going to a full review for these. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.